Right. Co-host as always, he is the man. He's the brand J. Thomas.
Good. How you doing, Stu?
Doing good. How about you?
Good to be back in Ohio. Very good to be back. Good to see you.
We have a special guest, the one and only from UNC Asheville guard, number 31, Macio Teague.
What's going on, brother?
Clap it up. How you doing, Mace?
I'm doing great today. How you doing, Stu?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just good to have you on the show. You know, definitely want to talk about some things, but starting out with the Warriors. You know, they're playing really good. He's salty because he's a Cavaliers fan.
Talking about the Monstars?
The Monstars. Yeah. Kevin Durant was balling out. I know you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
You know, Kevin Durant. What do you think about that?
About his decision?
Kevin Durant, yeah.
I mean, he wants to win the championship. I think Kevin Garnett initially started that in 2008 with Rondo, Paul Pierce, Allen, then Kevin Garnett. Good. So, I mean, it's becoming a tradition in the NBA for the best players to go play with other best players and form all-star teams.
I don't blame them. Just even when you think about AAU, you know, we used to do the same thing. Yeah. We used to go from team to team to get the most exposure because we wanted to win championships. So it's the same thing. But just for the record, for clarification, I am not a Cavaliers fan.
Yes, you are.
I'm from Ohio. I support LeBron James. I'm actually a Brooklyn Nets fan. Shout out to Sean Kilpatrick, Karis LeVert. I switched up.
You are a bandwagon.
New York, I sure am. Let's go.
All right, moving on. The Bengals.
The who?
The Bengals.
The Bungles.
2-2. You know, they playing pretty good, but they're not playing great. They won. They won their last game. Yeah, you know, they played the Cowboys.
Stuff.
They played the Cowboys, right?
Right.
You know, so what's your prediction, Mace? What do you think?
I think the Bengals will win this game. I mean, they started off playing two of the top 5 NFL teams, so I mean they'll be all right.
People try to, it's over. You know, they try to act like the season is over. Try to put down Andy Dalton like he ain't live because he's live. You know what?
You ain't asking my prediction.
I don't want your prediction.
But good, you're gonna receive it anyway. I got 2 words.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott. I watched this kid play at Ohio State, and I saw him play against UC. I've never seen a running back just demolish a defense, and I feel bad for the Bengals for what's about to happen. I'm projecting at least 150 rushing yards for Ezekiel Elliott. He's going to destroy the Bengals, and the Cowboys come out on top. Good.
He's a hater.
Good. It's a pretty bad prediction.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. He's a hater. Yeah. You know, he's a Bengals fan at heart, but he just is salty because of last year still.
Yeah, I'm still recovering. You know, they're on probation, man. I mean, I love them, but we got to move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right, so Macio Teague. He is here with us, Walnut Hills graduate, alumni. The chosen one. Mm-hmm. Went to Walnut Hills, the greatest school in the state.
In the nation.
Pretty much in the nation.
Walnut.
In the nation. You know, Jay wishes he went there, but he went to Fairfield instead and got played.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Walnut Hills. So going to Walnut Hills, how did that prep you, man? So how do you think that prepped you for, you know, the next level and everything else?
It definitely prepared me on the academic side. Mr. Brokamp, he always pushed me to succeed in my academics, so that definitely prepared me. My teachers pushed me, and it was a lot of classwork. And they, I don't know, they just influenced me and showed me different ways that I could write papers, different ways that I could take notes, different ways that I could learn things. So they definitely influenced me on that. And Coach Ricardo, he influenced me on the basketball side because he showed me what it was like to be that guy on the floor. Like, he told me that he had no problem with shots that I took. As long as I played defense, he wanted me to be aggressive, and he put me in a limelight and developed me as a player. So that definitely prepared me for the student-athlete level on a collegiate.
Videos, and Mick Cronin was talking about how He mentioned like Jaron Cumberland, how he came from a well-coached program, and he talked about he can see the difference of a freshman that comes from a coach that was, good and a coach that wasn't. Mm-hmm. And I know you definitely come from a good coach, so I'm looking forward to seeing that transition in college because Coach Ricardo, he knows how to push his players on and off the court. And, I'm just excited to see you, man, this season for sure. So
appreciate it.
Before Walnut Hills, I know your freshman year, you actually went to IMG Academy.
Right.
What was that experience like, leaving home so, young and going a chance to go down to Florida? What was that like, and how did it help you grow?
It was definitely a great experience. I mean, it prepared me for my freshman year in college, really. I mean, I got homesick a little bit, but not so much. But I know that a lot of the freshmen who are at UNC Asheville right now were like they really wanted to go home for fall break. But me, I'm used to being away from home, so that was something I got kind of being used to. And then the basketball side, they really prepared me. We went to school for 4 hours. That was really like a college life. We had block scheduling. Then we went and played basketball. We had professional NBA players coming down there. Iman Shumpert was down there. Dwayne Wade was down there. Big Baby was down there. Tyus Thomas was down there. There's a lot of players down there. And Chandler Parsons was down there. There was a lot of players who showed me that I was not working hard enough. That they just showed me the work ethic that they were putting in was better than mine. How fast they were going in their workouts, the amount of shots they made in a row, just little things like that just made a difference.
So getting exposed to the great the people that's actually making money doing it, that's a huge part. A lot of times we don't get, a lot of people don't get that opportunity to see the guys who they want to be like. They get to dream it, but they don't get to see it in person and get exposed to it. So that's definitely key. And so, what do you think, seeing those guys, what I know you said that you saw I need to start working harder. I need to start going harder. So I know your work ethic. I've seen it in person. And so there was times where, we'll be in the gym and everybody else be laughing, and he'll have a serious face on. What are y'all laughing at? I'm trying to get better. So is that where it started? That was IMG, or where did that come from?
No, I can tell you where it came from. I remember Springdale Rec.
Yeah.
I used to live in Springdale. I remember. I gotta cut in on this one. I used to be walking or driving, and I was a hooper. I played, but I must say, you outworked me even at a young age. I would get my shots up. I'm thinking I'm working. Oh, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm like, all right, what's up, Mace? I come back, to the rec, chill with some girls, hang out. Like, dang, he's still here? Come back later, he's still here? Every day was in the rec, getting his shots up. And this is 5th grade. Yeah. And I saw that at a young age, trying to play with the older people. Hey, let me get on the court. So I can tell you that's where I saw at a young age was that Springdale Rec. Mm-hmm. Springdale Rec. That's legendary.
That's true.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess would you play against older people and
Yeah, I definitely would go and play against the older guys.
Everybody.
When I would ask them, I didn't care. It was one of the best players. I would play with my brother Dion Isham, Malcolm Smith. Those are some of the best players. They're 3-4 grades ahead of me. And sometimes they'd tell me nah, you can't play with us. And I would get angry and would literally go over to the other side and go start working on my game. So I'm playing with them soon. They're not going to keep turning me down from playing. I'm going to play with them. They used to call me Lil Bruh, Lil Teague, and I wanted them to I remember one time I was in an open gym playing, and they were like, yeah, what's going on, Lil Jaylen? I said, I'm not Lil Jaylen anymore. I'm Macio. I have an identity, and you're going to respect that.
Yeah. So respect with a K.
Yeah.
Respect with a
K. Stuff like that, man. I followed you throughout middle school, and I know when you went to Princeton Middle School with me, and then you end up leaving. It's just amazing how every year you got better. Right. And before you got to Walnut, and I know you went to IMG, what was your sophomore year like at Summit playing alongside, UC guard Kevin Johnson and Penn guard Antonio Woods? How was that experience playing against, people that I know are competitive, and how did they help you get better?
It was definitely a great experience. 3 Division I guards in the backcourt. It was always competition every single day. Me, Kevin, and Evan Davis, we used to show up with Coach Bradley every morning and work out. We either worked out with Coach Bradley or we went to yoga sessions. So it was every morning at 6 o'clock. Yeah, every morning at 6 o'clock. So we'd go work out with him, and we play one-on-one. Kevin would show me different things, different like pull-ups and stuff. He played a lot of back to the basket. He showed me stuff like that. Evan, sharpshooter, he was showing me how he shot the ball so well. So it's always something that I feel like I could be learning, even if it's like from somebody younger than me. Like so I go online and watch like younger kids' videos sometimes, like phenoms, and see like ball handling drills that they're doing, so I can develop myself. Listen to interviews of Kobe Bryant, studying his interviews to see how he's talking to the media and how he wants to have himself portrayed. So it was just I don't know, it was just all a developmental experience over at Summit Country Day.
Great school, great program. Shout out to Kevin. I know you got that state championship earlier than that.
I like how he said, like, even if somebody younger, a lot of people see somebody younger like, oh, nah, you can't teach me nothing. But
my favorite quote, you're never too young to lead and never too old to listen.
That's true. I like that. Most people.
So I'm guessing your favorite player is Kobe, is it?
100%.
Good. Up. That's 2 in a row.
Kobe Bryant might be the greatest of all time.
I give up.
You have to accept it.
I give up.
You have to accept it.
The only reason people say Michael Jordan is because because their parents told them Michael Jordan. They've never seen Michael Jordan play.
I watched the highlights, but actually I saw him play with the Wizards and he balled out, and I was still there at the Wizards and he was eating. I was there. It's cool. Y'all are evil, just evil. The straight disrespect. It's cool. It's all good. But anyway, 1,000-point score at Walnut Hills. I was at that game. I remember that. How special was that to you, just being able to put that behind your legacy, behind your name?
It was a very special moment. I remember when I transferred to Walnut, I had spoke to Tom Donnelly, who's the athletic director there, and I had spoke to him, and he was telling me how my points could transfer from Summit, like my varsity points could transfer from Summit. And I was telling him, like, no, I don't want that. Like, I want to score 1,000 points here at Walnut. So I remember I was texting my brother, breaking it down. Like, if I had to sit out, I was seeing how many points I would have to average a game. I was just doing the math every day, like how many points I was away. It was like a step-by-step process. So it was definitely a great feeling when I scored that 1,000 point.
So you didn't transfer? You didn't transfer the points?
No, I scored 1,000 at Walnut.
I would be like, give me all the points.
So if I could only imagine if you were at Walnut all 4 years, how many points that it would have accumulated to.
Right. It would have been 2.
I hope so.
UNC Asheville, what made you choose them, and what were some of the schools that you had to choose over to get to the program you're at?
What made me choose UNC Asheville was Coach Nick. He was very... I don't know, he recruited me very hard. He showed up to my house. He called me 2 or 3 times a week, and it was like I've always heard to like pay attention to the head coach. Like if the head coach is calling you, then they actually want you. But not most of them, but like half of the other schools had their assistant coaches calling me. Mm-hmm. And but Coach Nick called me the most. He showed up to my house. He was calling me after games, seeing how it went. Assistant coaches were calling me after games, so he was just He
showed up to your house?
He showed up to Walnut Hills.
I'm about to say, he came to your house in Cincinnati? Springdale?
He came to Walnut Hills.
I'm about to say. That's live. That's love right there. Shout out to Coach Nick.
Yeah, I enjoyed the campus. It was a lot of greenery. I really like that. I really like the outdoors. No, it's like a lot of trees. It's like in the mountains. I'm serious.
So it's in the mountains.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Well, I think we're like 2,200 feet above like ground level there.
Okay, so, coming to visit then.
Yeah, we're pretty high up. And, I just really enjoyed the campus. The atmosphere was nice. Everybody seemed genuine on my visit. It was like no hidden agenda there. I went to restaurants. I don't know if like Coach Nick paid him off or something, but I don't know. Like there was like managers at the restaurants coming up to me saying like listen, Coach Nick is like a very good person. He's been around here for like the last 15 years. So I don't know, the way that people rubbed off on me, I really like that.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. And I know being from Cincinnati, did Xavier or UC ever reach out to you in the process ever?
Xavier did. UC not so much. Xavier did early in my high school career, but UC not so much.
Okay. Yeah. I know how Mick Cronin doesn't always recruit local players, but it's cool. It's all good. They're gonna learn. Yeah.
Favorite college growing up? I've always liked Louisville, Duke, and and the U, Miami.
Oh, okay. My favorite school growing up was Duke growing up.
Yeah, mine was too.
Mm-hmm. What happened, Stu? What happened?
Not going what?
I don't ever hear you talk about Duke no more. You moved on.
Because I don't know. I guess, I still like him. I still root for him, but I don't be like all up on him.
Yeah, I guess it's the media. You grow up and you just see Duke on TV, and that's just who most of us like. So
yeah, that's probably what it is.
That's what it is.
That's the teams you see the most.
Yeah. And even
it was like either you was a UNC fan or a Duke fan, Full State, or
it's even like to the pros. Like, no disrespect to your Lakers, but a lot of people who don't even know basketball, I'm gonna be real with you, they like the Lakers because it's LA, it's on TV, the Patriots, the people who win. So I will give that shout out to the Lakers. They do win. How many championships? Like 17 or something like that.
The responsibility of an athlete is, I would say, speak your mind in a very cautious way, because the media can portray you in a very negative way. Like some people are portraying
in a heartbeat too.
Yeah, some people are portraying Kaepernick as like a very bad person, but like when you hear him explain what he actually believes in, you see like, oh, he's not such a bad person at all. Like it makes sense why he's doing it. But I don't know, just be careful when you're doing it. That's what I'll say to athletes, like especially college athletes. Like you don't have any money that could turn. Like negative attention could turn, like I know most college or a lot of college athletes want to be professionals, so like that could turn like professional programs down or turn them away from you, really, because like you're causing negative limelight on yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Be careful. Basically, that's
takes one word. Oh, he said this.
Yeah, and then they'll cut it. They'll cut it to where like you'll say a whole 3-minute thing, but they'll use the 10 seconds or something you said.
They did it to LeBron. They did it to LeBron when he was talking about his kid getting shot. And like they cut it to like 14 seconds, but they I forget what it said, but they did not include any of the lead up material that LeBron said about that. I think it was like the black community was like antagonizing him because he said like police lives matter, all lives matter, or something like that. But he explained before that like what he was meaning by that, and they just cut it short. So
cut the explanation off.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. A lot of people are listening to respond versus listening to just understand, and that's the problem. Everybody just wants to have something to say. They're listening and they're like looking at you like, I got something.
I hope you slip up.
They are.
Don't say nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But also coming from a basketball family, I know we talked earlier, you said pretty much your whole family played, brother, sister, parents. Who was really the person that kind of like taught you the game?
Taught me the game? Definitely my mom. She didn't let us like pick up a basketball. I remember I used to double dribble, like just like all kids do. And like I used to double dribble, and she like wouldn't let me touch the ball until like I learned how to play.
Wow.
Then, yeah, she like took the ball from me, and like I'm like a kid.
On a team? Was you like on a younger team?
I was probably about to start like YMCA games, and like I would double dribble and stuff, and she would like take the ball from me. Like I think I have like a highlight video of me out, and like at the beginning it's like me double dribbling. So, no, she didn't come onto. She didn't come onto the court, but I mean, I'm sure she told me after the game like you can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, she taught me how to shoot. My dad, he was like rebounding and defense and stuff. Then my brother, he I don't know, he just showed me different things that like my parents didn't show me. Right. Like being at the gym with him so much, I'm bound to start learning more from him than from my parents.
Right. That environment though, man. Just your whole family, just an environment. Yeah. It's like you as like the one that is like, all right, we're gonna make sure he get it.
Yeah.
Because you just in that environment from your parents to your brother to your sister.
Yeah, sister played too. She got some shots on Twitter, getting up some shots. So she can still shoot.
They used to all be at the Rec. Him and sister, Jaylen, all of them.
We got our.
If I saw his brother Jaylen coming in the gym, I knew you were right behind him. That's how it was. Yeah. Just talented. Everybody was talented, and really back to the Walnut Hills experience. Career high is 51.
Right.
And flying to the hoop, right?
Right.
What was the record? It was a number 2.
That's the second. That's the second highest. Somebody in it who plays or played in NBA has it. I think he scored 62 points.
So it was more than Luke Kennard and what's his name?
Luke had played the day before, I believe, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Then everybody's like, oh, he's like 51 points.
I know you had fun just with that experience at Flying to Hoop. That's a huge tournament. You've played in some big games, huge tournaments, and also Just want to thank you also personally for playing in the annual Iowa Awareness Foundation game.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Shout out to Macio. Just been one of the marquee players that's really just helped highlight the game, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
For sure.
Definitely support that event. My family knows his family, so it was a pleasure playing in that. I'm thankful that I got to play in it, actually. I'm thankful that Walnut Hills got the call.
Good. November 18th, Princeton High School faces off with Springfield Wildcats, my hometown, Springfield, Ohio. So for those who don't know, I do direct a nonprofit, the Iowa Awareness Foundation for Pediatric Brain Cancer Research, and honor my best friend William Cox that passed away. So we do that event every November. Eventually, we have aspirations of doing basketball camps, basketball tournaments, but, I played basketball growing up, so we use sports really to unite the community and raise money for pediatric brain cancer research. So I'm excited with everything that's going on and how it's built every year. And shout out to Princeton. They have a guard forward, Darius Baisley, committed to Ohio State, so I'm looking forward to seeing him play this year too. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. But back on track, though. That's good. But back on track to what I was going to ask you is, how was there any culture shock? Not culture shock, but just any, a lot of people say the speed of the game is different. A lot of people say, just all kinds of things. What did you notice the most, playing, your first practice maybe, or with UNC Asheville?
The first workout, I really like to score the ball, and the first workout I noticed was that I couldn't score.
Really?
I couldn't score because we run a lot of ball screen action, and I don't the hard hedge. I never gone against that, so I would be at half court. So I've learned. I went to the gym and worked out with some older players, the coaches, watched film of other college players, how they operate when they're getting a hard hedge. And I've learned. I'm still learning actually, but I've gotten a lot better, and I've been more aggressive getting downhill and stuff.
But talking about coming off the screen,
you're coming off a ball screen, when a man is hard hedging, you bounce back, you might hit the roll, you got somebody lifting, you might have somebody in the duck spot, you can get down the lane, create somebody for the opposite corner three. So I've just been learning that different options, stuff like that. And that was definitely the first thing that I noticed was that is that I was only getting catch and shoot shots. Those are the only shots. I couldn't create anything for myself.
Now you feel like you adjusted to it?
Definitely feel like I've adjusted a lot. And,
good.
In a short amount of time. I feel like after 3 weeks of being there in the summer, I was pretty much really adjusted to the system. They had started putting in plays, teaching us during the workouts. They didn't put in plays, but they taught us where we would be in the offense and how things would be. So, yeah, that definitely helped me going there this summer and helping me develop my skills on the college level.
Because there's levels to it. Definitely levels to the game, man. Definitely. It's definitely. There was a song. Who made that?
Meek Mill. I'm sorry. Mickey Mouse. That's his name.
Yeah, terrible. We're not going to write him. But, there's levels to hard work, too. So when did, what kind of work ethic do you think it takes? Not what it takes, but how did your work ethic change from high school to college, and even from junior high to high school? Cause how did that change?
It changed. I used to be in the gym way more than I am now, surprisingly. But with the way practice is set up, it's 2 hours of hard practice. That's the minimum 2 hours of hard practice. We got weights where we do a lot of leg exercises every single day in weights. We have conditioning. So I have to figure out a way for me to get in the gym as efficiently as possible. So I go to the gym for 40-minute workouts, leave, come back later that night, shoot on the gun for 30 minutes. So I'm just in the gym by myself for about an hour a day. And just me figuring out how much I can do on my own without wearing myself out before the season starts, without wearing myself out to where it becomes detrimental to my game and I start missing shots, stuff like that. So I've just been trying to find a balance every day.
So longevity, that's something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, man, at Walnut, man, this dude would work out before the game. We had a game at
before the game,
out of town, kind of. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was and this dude was in the gym. I was like, we got a game. This is getting a full player's workout. But but that's the difference though, and I feel like in high school you could pull it off.
Yeah.
You could definitely pull it off in high school, but in college it's longevity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and all the
longer seasons.
Yeah, longer season. You got to be able to
First game is November 11th versus VCU.
That's correct.
They are usually in the NCAA tournament. I know you guys went last year.
Right.
How excited are you for that game and just to debut your college career?
I'm definitely excited for that game, but not only that game, for the entire season. Just taking it one game at a time. And it's definitely a long season. It's a marathon. If it goes the way I want it to, it's a 40-game season. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's over the course of 6 months, from October to April. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely an exciting moment. You have to not get too high, not get too low. Try to stay poised at all times.
Okay. And what would you say some of your goals are this season? And also, what did the coaches really say to you in the recruiting process and this offseason on what they're looking for from you coming in and how you can help out the program? And how do you think you can contribute as a player?
Some of my goals, like team goals.
Personal goals, on and off the court, team goals. Any goals you have this season as a freshman?
Team goals, I'll go with definitely to win the Big South Conference regular season. Definitely to win the Big South Conference, the tournament. I want to win the national championship. I mean, I know that's far-fetched, but I believe we can do it.
You got to have the confidence.
Yeah, no one else might
believe.
Yeah, so I believe we can do it. So that's really the first thing. Then personal goals, I don't know. I want to be an impact player. It's just come in and be an impact player, help the team out, help us win. And off the court, I'm shooting for Dean's List.
Okay, what's your major?
I'm not. I don't have to declare a major. I'm liberal arts, so we don't have to declare majors until junior year. But I do know that I would like to go to medical school.
Nice.
I might minor in Spanish, so I can I want to become fluent in Spanish. And if I become a doctor, then that will give me more variety of options. So more job opportunities.
I can see you being a doctor. I really could. With the white coat, Dr. Teague. Dr. Teague.
Wow. So what made you want to do that? What made you want to go into medicine or being a doctor? What made you think about that?
It's just a job that's always wanted. I mean, I'm in sociology class right now, and we watch videos of people how they're struggling, how people are struggling. As families who are in poverty. I mean, it's like 17% of people, and it's like 17.4% of the people in Cincinnati live in poverty. So I mean, that's just not a good way that I want to live my life, to say the least. So I don't know. I'll just push myself to be great.
Be great, Mace.
Be great.
Be great.
We keep hearing that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You should make a shirt. Be great.
Be great. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. And I know you always say don't get maced. So, for the future opponents,
I gotta
go ahead and tell them what that means.
Yeah, you got a patent now.
Yeah, I got a patent now. Don't get maced. That's my name is Macio. So I mean, as a basketball aspect, I mean, you get sprayed like the mace. If you shoot the ball, you make a shot on somebody, you got sprayed. But often police officers spray called mace, like the pepper spray. I guess that's what it is.
That's another shirt. Don't get maced.
Yeah. So it's like don't get maced. Hey, you can't steal that one. Nah.
We gonna. Nah, I'm just saying that's another shirt. But the difference is.
You're gonna be at your game selling.
There they go. It's cool. I always get picked on. I mean, I've known them, for a long time. It's always blaming on me.
Don't get maced. Don't get the shirt. Get the shirt.
Speaking of your name, Macio, that's a unique name. I've never really heard it. Where'd your name come from?
Where did it come from?
No, I'm serious. My name, my middle name is Thomas, and my name was named after my dad's best friend. So everybody's usually named after someone, or my actual name is Jonathan. My name comes from the Bible. So that's what I'm saying. Macio, I don't hear that name every day. So does that come from an uncle, or is that, somebody's best friend? You get what I'm saying? So
I was just laughing because he was over here making jokes, but I think it comes from this guy. I think he played either Michigan or Michigan State, and his name was Macio Bastion, something like that. So that's where my name came from. And then my dad, he told me, he never told me. But someone this kid came up to me, Reed Finley. It was my junior year in high school in chemistry class. He's like, "Hey, you know what your name means?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "It means gift of God." And then I was like, "No, I didn't know that." So then I told my parents, and then my mom was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And she mentioned it to my father. He was like, "Yeah, I knew that already." So I guess that was his reasoning. He might have chosen the name, and that might have been the reasoning. Yeah.
I was just curious because I don't hear it all the time. That's all. That's cool. And then another question I want to ask you is December 22nd in Columbus at Ohio State. You're in your home state playing against a Power 5 Big Ten school. How excited are you for that? Because I will be there.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. A game close to home. So that's definitely exciting. Get to play against some guys that I know on that team. Well, maybe only one guy. Just Micah Potter, maybe. But it's definitely going to be a great experience. The game will be on ESPN2, I think, at 7 p.m. So
get my ticket. And I know, I've known you since middle school. Stu's known you for a while. And I know you're a competitor.
Right.
And with some of the bigger programs that's just kind of passed up on you, and I know how talented you really are.
Right.
How has that, really just, put that fire, in your game? And I know you play with that chip on your shoulder.
Right. It definitely has motivated me, but you got to perform when the lights are on. That's all I'll say about that.
Exactly.
I don't just play basketball for myself. I want to make it for little kids in Springdale who look up to me. And when I shoot the ball, they're like sometimes I'll hear them when I'm shooting. They're like, "Oh, he shoots better than Steph Curry." I'll literally hear them hear them screaming that. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. But but I give them hope. So I definitely those guys influence me, like Steph, Damian Lillard. Those two specifically, those are my two favorite players in the NBA. So those two influence me, and I just want to influence them. So I just tell them to keep working hard. I'll just try to take some of the younger kids under my wing who come up at the rec center. I would have to say 99% of the days I'm don't have a problem with playing basketball. But that 1%, I just think about my family and how basketball can change things for them. How I can change their lives, how I can influence them, how I can influence the people at the Springdale Rec. Just that right there.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think people, because you said 99% of the time you don't have no problem. Why do you think a lot of people are 50%, it's only 50% of the time they feel like hooping, or 50%, why do you think that is?
Well, they may be lazy. They may not love basketball like I do. I know... a lot of times, when I went on visits, at other programs, some people wouldn't want to play pickup. I could sense that they didn't want to be there, they didn't want to play. Mm-hmm. But I guess maybe the college level takes a toll on them, and they get tired or something. I'm not really sure, but me, I'm fine. I enjoy it. I enjoy this every day.
You still are also a student, still in school, so you're going to have friends who don't hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, come on, let's not.
Yeah.
So talk about that, man. Talk about the sacrifice you had to make as a student and as someone that goes to school still.
Well, I would say that one of the sacrifices I made is I had very few friends, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind, but I had very few friends because the people who understand that I have school, I have basketball, and I need to get rest are the ones who are still close to me. I mean, I don't have to text them every day. I might text them once every 2 weeks. Call them when I'm not busy, and they'll understand. Oh, Macios calling out. Let me pick this up because I know he probably has practice in the next hour. So I don't know. I've sacrificed that. I've sacrificed a lot of social life, and for instance, we had practice for 2.5 hours. During preseason, I know that because I'm just a freshman, and I like to get to practice an hour before, so we had practice for 2.5 hours. That's 3.5 hours right there. Then by the time we get off the court, the coach, he usually talks about 10 minutes after. That's 3 hours and 40 minutes. We have to go ice after practice. And we ice for 15 minutes. That's 3 hours and 55 minutes. Then we go take a shower. That's another 20 minutes. So that's 4 hours out my day. I have class that I have to go to, which is usually about 4 hours out my day. That's 8 hours. You're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep. Then you have to do your homework and stuff. So it's really a huge sacrifice.
Exactly. It sounds like you have great time management skills, and it's just funny when people they say, "Oh, I'm busy, I can't do this and that." You're busy, and you still make time for who you want to be with and who you want to hang out with and what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And people just make excuses with their time, and you're getting it done. Yeah. So hats off to you with that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So just one final thing, because legacy is about. Not what you take, but what you leave behind.
Right.
So what do you want to leave behind when it's all said and done? You ain't hooping no more. You 45. What do you want to say you left behind?
Just a positive role model from the community. People come, I don't know, they look to me for advice. if things don't go the way I want it to, then I just want still people to look up to me and be a successful person. Just impact other people's lives in a way that I know I can.
Who was the toughest player, whether it was AAU or whatever, that you played against?
Oh, that you guys ever played against?
Mm-hmm.
Toughest player.
That's a good one, ain't it?
Like anywhere? Like
AAU, high school, college. I mean, I've had my players. Everybody's had their players that they played against. Like, man, that was a tough one. So
basically, besides me, who was that? That's the question. That's the question.
I'm gonna go with myself.
He said himself.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. You play against yourself every single day. You wake up in the morning. You say, "Man," you got guys who say, "Man, I don't feel like getting up." Well, I get up. Like you're going against yourself every single day. I'm trying to beat myself every day. So I'm the toughest opponent for myself
good
every
answer.
single day.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
I mean, I've always wanted to be better than I was yesterday. I mean, sometimes I will find myself like doing a shooting drill. Like I said, I'm worked out with Evan. I mean, sure, I wanted to shoot better than him, but that's his natural ability. Like he'll come in the gym and make like 30 in a row, but like I've never been able to do that. So like if say I made 10 in a row one day and that was my high, the next day I wanted to make 11. So I've always tried to push myself, and I found that if I like tried to compete with him when he was making like 24 in a row, that I would only make like 6 because I was so worried about beating his score. Yeah, and instead of trying to beat myself. So
that's probably where a lot of people go wrong. They trying to compete with everybody else that they lose to themselves.
I'm going to end it with this. And you really inspired me because, you know, how we talk about you're never too old to listen. Even though you're younger than me, you know, I learned something today because you talked about how you kind of gave up your social life.
Yeah.
You know, look where you are now. So, you know, when we talk about sacrifice, I'm going to end it with this. You know, what are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you want to be? And a lot of times, you know, when you stop getting distracted with small things that don't matter, you know, giving up the hobbies or the Friday nights out, the Saturday nights out, going to the bar, different stuff, you know, you'll start to see doors open and you'll get to where you want to be. So just the people that's out there watching, the millennials, what are you willing to sacrifice and give up? You got to give up a season of your life to get to where you want to be. So what are you willing to give up?